Everybody, welcome back. Today we're gonna do another classic, an older comic. And this one is what if the Avengers had fought evil during the 1950s? Yes. So this is a what if comic. I'm reading the first one of the first volumes, and it resembles Venus, Marvel Boy, 3D Man, Human Robots, Gorilla Man, and do I miss something? Yeah, John Woo, who was the leader, and this is a Kirby cover. You can't go wrong with Kirby. So what is this all about? Somehow the team of Avengers or certain members of the Avengers, and Tony says, "What if the Avengers has been formed during the 1950s?" And they say, "Okay, and what do you mean? We are the Avengers." So somehow. Iron Man has a technology to look into other dimensions. They have some, I don't know, they have some technology. So we go to the 50s where John Woo is. I'm calling him John Woo, but I'm not even. It's Jimmy Woo. Is it John Woo or Jimmy Woo? James Woo. God, he's an FBI agent, and he's getting attacked by a group of thugs from the Black Dragons, which is a motorcycle gang, and they want to kill him or beat him up. And then out of nowhere, 3D Man comes, beat the thugs up, and then also out of nowhere, Marvel Boy comes up. He was, being, gone for a while, and then he uses his telepathic powers to discover that the enemy is what I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, Yellow Claw. So Yellow Claw is a very old villain from, well, I don't know how long he exists, but it's a very, very long time. The time that I get to know Yellow Claw was in the early pages of Shang-Chi, and it reveals that Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, is the son of Yellow Claw. But at some point, Yellow Claw didn't appear in Marvel Comics anymore. Not entirely sure why. Maybe it has something to do with licensing or other means. I have to look that up. But to be honest, even though if the Yellow Claw is popping up, in 2021, people will scream racism because he's a Chinese yellow claw. Oh God, I mean, nothing can be existing anymore. Everything needs to be changed. But then my question would be, what? How about Black Lightning? A DC character. He's black, and he calls himself Black Lightning. Isn't that racist too? God, these people, man. Anyway, moving on. So what? So James is it Jimmy? I forgot. Let me double check. James Woo. James Woo. Yes, James Woo asking a lot of people, "Hey, listen, I need your help. We need to form a team, and you need to help me to get these people to come together." So they go into the jungle, and they used the help of a jungle woman called Jan. I love it that they all throw, old school characters that haven't been in Marvel Comics since, I don't know, a million years. And she is only for a couple of seconds. And they rescue Gorilla Man. Gorilla Man is, well, I'm going to explain the origin a little bit later because it's in this comic as well. Moving on a little bit, then we go to the bottom of the river, and there is it's the human robot, and he gets the help of Namora, who is the cousin of Prince Namor. And then also Venus is coming here, and Venus is the goddess of love. So the whole band is back together, or introduced for the very first time in this comic. And then it appears that let me double check. Well, the human robot has a some kind of module in it that needs to, well, if he is getting activated, he's trained or programmed to kill people. So Marvel Boy uses his, technology. How to say? His why am I not forgetting? His knowledge of technology, because he's coming from Venus, by the way. Yes. And I believe this Marvel Boy is also different from the Marvel Boy that is canon from, the 616 universe, because I could be totally wrong. Marvel Boy was turned into Quasar later because they have the same powers and same costume. And what you probably don't know, um, these people here is appearing in modern day as well. It's canon somehow. Although they do not call themselves Avengers, they are calling themselves Agents of Atlas. That has been formed in 2005, 2006, I believe so, from the top of my head. And there's a Marvel boy as well. So that's a little bit confusing. Let's forget about that too and move on. So, okay, what's the whole problem? So it seems that um, James Wu is basically the bodyguard of a president, and he needs the club to help them to defeat Yellow Claw, because Yellow Claw wants to, kidnap the president and wants to ransom him for, a part of the United States, and from that part he wants to expand and, basically take over the world. The whole classic villain stuff, which is cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so then we skip to this is the Watcher Uatu or Watu, uh, very weird costume by the way. So Henny explains the origins of all of these people. So Gorilla Man, he was a hunter and he hunted some kind of mythical gorilla, but when he slayed the gorilla, he get a curse and he is turning into the new Gorilla Man, just like with how is this creature? The Wendigo. If you kill him or slay him or eat him, you turn into the Wendigo, something like that. And then we see here that is Marvel Boy. And this is Matthew Grayson is a professor, and he uses a power rocket. The power rocket goes to Venus. I'm sorry, to Uranus, and then Marvel Boy is growing up with different powers. We see the creation of the human robot, who is, his creators getting killed by one of a business manager, and then he, fell into the water and is getting short-circuited, and that is why he's laying there for a very long time. And Venus is the cousin of Hercules and is the daughter of Zeus, and she give up her mortality to help the people, because they are in much more need than the people of Olympia. And then we have 3D Man, and 3D Man was flying a experimental aircraft. He's getting captured by Skrulls, and then somehow energy merging with his younger brother turned him into 3D Man. And 3D Man has the power of free people. He has senses of free people. He has speed of free people. He has a vision of free people. The problem is he can only be 3D Man for 3 hours, which is very stupid in my opinion. But hey, also I don't like the costume. The green doesn't complement the red very well, but that's a nitpick. Although also, 3D Man is basically a cool character. And I believe the new 3D Man is black, because I believe the older one is old now or is dead, and there's a whole story behind it. And let's not get into that. So, as you can see here, yay, the Avengers. So, but Yellow Claw, this is the fun one. He has a Nazi scientist, and the Nazi scientist, has acquired also some weird group of villains. And this is a hood. This is great. So we have here Skullface, a skeleton of an alleged demon burned at the stake centuries ago, but restored to life in this century by 50 million volts of electricity. I mean, the name is so stupid, but a living skeleton from a demon. That's cool. And then we have a Russian assassin called Electro. Okay, we already have an Electro, but okay, this is the 50s. And we have another person called the Cold Warrior who has, ice powers. I mean, how many Marvel characters needs ice powers? I mean, there's so many nowadays. And last but not least, this is the most funny one. This guy is the Great Video. He calls himself the Great Video, and he has X-ray vision, and he can also kill people with his stare. It's hilarious. Such a bad villainous characters. Although this is the niece of the Yellow Claw, and she's in love with James Woo, so that's a thing. So and we skip to this page a little bit because this is cool. I mean, he blows his smoke out of his nose with the monocle on it. So classic villainous. And then we see these people digging a tunnel using Electro's power, and this part is very cool. We see Yellow Claw looking what's happening, and he with his fingers here, it seems that he is peeping behind the curtains to see what's happening. It's very cool done. I really like the art style. It's very old school, but adding something like this, I don't know, it's really cool. I can't explain it. So we have here the president. The president is getting kidnapped, and somehow the 3D man cannot stand the smell of the gorilla man. They get in a fight, and well, skipping a few pages to okay. So the Yellow Claw has the president, and then James comes in and he has some kind of signal device, and he gives them to the woman he loves here. And then, skipping a few pages again, he's getting kidnapped. Well, he's getting caught by Electro. He stuns him with his electric powers, and then Yellow Claw and the villain, the Nazi villain, wants to torture him. But then before they do that, they the human robot. Is it the human robot or is it the human machine? The human robot busts in, and they found a location because of the device that what's her name? Suwan gives to the other people of the Avengers, quote unquote. So there's a big fight, and it's like I said, it's really cool, and we see Skullface biting biting Venus Boy or Marvel Boy like a zombie. It's really cool, and Suwan frees James, and and like I said, there's a lot of fight going on. It's looking really great. I mean, look at this. It's great. It's just great. This is so much fun, and basically at last they beating everybody. And when it comes to attention to detail, like I said before, this is cool. And you see the smoke rising up because he's getting electrocuted by the human robot. It's great, and there's some kind of love going on, a little bit lovey bit going on between Venus and Marvel Boy. I believe they fall in love with each other, and then skipping a few pages again. So the president is very thankful that, by the way, Yellow Claw escapes. Classic villain stuff. So he says, "Hey, listen, I want you to ask to disband the Avengers because we're living in the 50s. It's a really stressful time, and people cannot stand the fact that people come from Uranus and having a living robot and a goddess. So please disband." And then, they agree. I said, the world isn't ready for that. And then, basically, it's also the end of the book. And then all of the members of the Avengers said, "Hey, well, 3D Man looks like me because we have similar abilities, and Marvel Boy has a repulsor, has light wrist, and that reminds me of my repulsor race, and and B says, well, the human gorilla looks like me, and the living robot looks like Vision, and the only immortal here is Thor, and with Venus, stuff like that." And basically we have an end talk with Uatu about, well, is this real or is this not? Well, that's a tale for another time. Maybe till next time. Something. Overall, this is a fun book. I had a blast. I mean, with all these weird villains and even these weird characters, they I don't know. I want to basically see more of that. So Agent of Atlas is more serious. It's less, how do you say? Less 50s, probably that's the word. Also, I got this in really good shape, as you can see. There's no real, a little bit of damage here and maybe here, but overall, good quality. I love the book. I had a blast, and it's how many pages? Let me double check. It was 45 pages for 60 cents. Right. Oh, yeah. This is issue 9, by the way. I forgot to say that. and it's been drawn by Alan Kupperberg and Bill Black. Don Glut is the script, and Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas is a veteran, man. What says here? Concept in editing. Yeah, great stuff. Had a blast. Got my money's worth. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, share my videos, hit the bell for notifications. And please come back to the next time I make a video. Yeah? Okay. Have a nice Sunday, guys and girls.